We're reading through the Psalms together in the course of 1 year, 3 Psalms a week. This past week's readings were Psalms 46, 47, and 48. I want to focus our attention especially on Psalm 47. This is a psalm that's special to us at Ascension Lutheran Church because this psalm, Psalm 47, is the psalm that is assigned for Ascension Day. Ascension Day, that festival day that the church celebrates around the world where Jesus ascends, goes up into heaven. We'll be celebrating Ascension at Ascension on Ascension Day, May the 18th, 6:30 p.m. worship. May the 18th is a Thursday. Ascension Day is always a Thursday because it's 40 days after Easter. That's when Jesus ascends into heaven after appearing to his disciples and many others at different points during that period of 40 days. So as I read again the words of Psalm 47, think of it through the lens of the ascension, of Jesus' ascension. So here we go. Psalm 47, verse written by David, by the sons of Korah, 1,000 years before Jesus was born, yet pointing ahead to Jesus' ascension. So here we go. It says, "Clap your hands, all peoples. Shout to God with loud sounds of joy. For the Lord, the Most High, is to be feared, a great king over all the earth. He subdued peoples under his feet and nations under our feet. He chose our heritage for us, the pride of Jacob, whom he loves. God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with a sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises. Sing praises to the King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth, sing praises with a psalm. God reigns over all the nations. He sits on his holy throne. The princes of the peoples gather as the people of the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong to God. He is highly exalted." So as you read through that psalm, you can hear these different connections to Jesus' ascension. In fact, the middle verse of that psalm, and again, in so many of these psalms, the most important part is in the very middle. The middle verse, verse 5 says, "God has gone up with a shout, the Lord with a loud trumpet." So this idea of God going up, ascending up with a shout even. And then also talking about reigning on the throne. And we think of how Jesus is described in that place of authority at God's right hand, the Father's right hand. So when we gather for worship on Ascension Day, we'll be saying the words of Psalm 47. I look forward to that. And as you say those words, be thinking about how Jesus' ascension is part of his exaltation. He's come to earth in humbleness, humility, conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, how he suffers under Pontius Pilate, crucified, died, and was buried. But then he's also exalted. He descends into hell to proclaim victory. He rises again from the dead. He ascends into heaven and sits at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. From there, he'll come to judge the living and the dead. So the ascension, part of that exaltation of Jesus. But we also keep in mind that even though Jesus is ascended into heaven, even still, he doesn't leave us alone. He promises that he himself is with us always. His presence, his love, his grace, his mercy with us always to the end of the age. And even more, 10 days after his ascension, 50 days after Easter, he sends the Holy Spirit on that day of Pentecost. Jesus doesn't leave us alone. He is in heaven, ascended, but yet still loves us, is with us, and will return for us one day too. We look forward to that day when he returns just as he went up, as he returns in the clouds. And there will be trumpets that will sound, as the psalm talks about, and all will know that Jesus has come, and all will honor him as God. So we look forward to that day, but until then, we look forward to Ascension Day. We hope you can join us again for our Ascension Day worship, May the 18th. And until then, may you be strengthened by